Now, it was believed to be the biggest single loss to a British family in the First World War. 5 brothers from the same Oxfordshire town all enlisted in the army. None made it back home to Watlington. They're being remembered this weekend on the street where they lived. Jeremy Stern reports.
The children at Watlington Primary School have been learning about the First World War, and one family in particular.
Does anybody know who the Harman brothers are and why we might be learning about them today?
All the 5 brothers died, but their sister called Emma and their mother and father survived.
I think it must have been difficult, and I think the Harman brothers were very brave and courageous.
Some of them spent some of their lives in India and won awards.
We know Charles and Bertie Harman fought on the Western Front in France. Historian Tim Horton invited me to Watcombe Road, where the family lived. The entrance to the house took some finding.
So this is the door to the Harman cottage.
All that's left of it.
All that's left now. 5 times the postman would have come to this door to deliver news of death in just over 2 years. We saw 2 die in Iraq, as it is today, 2 on the Western Front, 1 in Greece. This was a tragedy of enormous proportions, unmatched probably in the United Kingdom.
The town's war dead are being remembered where they lived. Alfred, Bertie, Charles, Edwin and George Harman were 5 of the 48 young men from Watlington who died in the Great War. There were a further 8 casualties in World War II. There are guided walks planned for tomorrow. On Sunday, children from the primary school are taking part in a parade.
Learning about remembrance for this generation is incredibly important because potentially for the first time they haven't had first-hand recount from their own grandparents to talk about the world wars. So one of the things we've done this week is the children have written their own poetry about the war.
Scarlet poppies flutter like fragile butterflies.
Dance like graceful ballerinas.
Glow like bright little lamps in November. Poppies whisper like long-lost voices from the forgotten fields of Flanders. In November we remember.
Oh, happy as far as that. Gave me goosebumps. That's it from me for now. I'll be back at around 10:30.